Okay, so guys, today we're going to do a pick a card reading. We're using, for the pick a card, we're doing an affirmation reading. What affirmation do you need to, and this is a deck that I just picked up today, so I had this deck specifically in mind for our reading, but to choose which of the 3 readings is for you, you're going to choose one of these oracle cards, which is from the Blessed Be deck by Lucy Cavendish. The first one is a blessing on your intuition, and then number 2 would be a blessing on your health, and number 3 a blessing to bring clarity. So number 1 intuition, number 2 health, and number 3 clarity. So you can base it on the word, or you can base it on something in the image that catches your eye. Maybe you're drawn to a particular color that you see. But that's how you're going to choose your reading. And if you want to go straight into the readings, I always put the timestamps in the description. If you're interested in getting a personal reading, I have readings by email that are starting at just $12.12 for a love report reading, and I have other readings there in the descriptions as well. But if you want to stick around for this intro, I also just want to do a quick little deck review of this Affirmators. I've never bought before from this company. It's very tongue-in-cheek. You know, on the side it says greater consciousness for those of us who don't live in ashrams. On the other side it says cleanse your mind, empower your soul, rule the universe, magically unlock the power of the universe. Kind of, you know, it's just very tongue-in-cheek. Wisdom from about halfway up the mountain. So I like that. I love this unicorn and bunny rabbit on the cover, and I also like the way this the box that holds the cards, it slides in, because a lot of times when you have the ones with the lid where you have to just shake the lid until the bottom comes out, it's a little hard to do, but this comes out very easily. And they also have this ribbon here which helps you to pull out the cards. So it has it has like you know, this advertising card, and then how to use, although at this point most of you know how to use these kinds of things, I would think. And let me show you what some of the cards are. You don't have to consult a book because the affirmation is written right there on the card. I think the drawings are very cute. I like the drawing style. And so there's just a nice, and it looks like there are some other cards here that don't have, let's see. So these, I don't know if these are oracle cards or if you're supposed to use those to kind of make a spread. I suppose you could use these in a way to make a spread. So maybe I'll actually do that in the reading today. So choose one of these to help focus the reading, and then one of these for the affirmation. I think that might be what I do. But it looks like you could also just draw these as an affirmation on their own. Okay, these are bonus cards. Okay. Well, I'm a little confused about that, but anyway, this looks fun. So we're going to see where this takes us. I will be beginning reading number 1 now. So reading number 1. Your guiding card that you chose was a blessing on your intuition. We are using the Affirmators deck. And first I'm going to draw one of their bonus cards to help guide the reading. Okay, alright. And the bonus card for you is Manifestation. If you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy. You are holding a magic wand and you can conjure up anything. Could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that, in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting. But don't use that word if you don't want to. So they're very spiritually open-minded, I feel like, the people who made this Affirmators deck. And if you didn't watch the cover, this card is from this deck, and I'm going to pull another card from the deck with the actual affirmation on it for you who chose reading number 1. So Spirit's wanting to give you an affirmation regarding your abilities to manifest. So what are you guys manifesting right now? You can let me know in the comments. I've been working on manifesting too, and I'm having fun with it. Okay, manifesting joy. To enjoy something, I simply need to add joy to it. Let me make sure this is focused. Joy is like butter. I can put it on anything and it'll make it way better. Today, I will add joy to everything. Really slather it on. Today, I am the Orville Redenbacher of joy, and life's popcorn is about to get it. So you've been having some intuitions lately about what you want to manifest and how to do it. And if you've been focused on creating more joy in your life, then this is an affirmation that you're on the right path with that, to continue to do that. I'm also going to pull a few tarot cards for you. Just to help you in this process of manifesting greater joy and utilizing your intuition to do so. We get the Fool card. These are from the Cosmic Tarot. I don't know if I said that yet or not. We get the Fool card, the Queen of Cups, and we get the Two of Pentacles reversed. I will take a reversal on this. Okay. So we're looking at manifesting greater joy. We're tapping into our intuition here. With the Fool card, I see you really embracing your intuition and maybe trusting it more than you ever have before. And this can be scary because sometimes when we trust our intuition, we're actually going against what our logical mind is telling us is true. We're going against maybe what other people are telling us is true. Maybe it even goes against what we would normally think would be correct. But I see you trusting your intuition anyway, and this seems to be a very positive path for you. Spirit's saying keep going. I think you're also, in addition to just noticing joy and adding joy, it seems like you are loving yourself. As the Queen of Cups, you're starting to understand, I'm a really good, loving person. I contribute a lot of love to the world. I do a lot of good things. I take care of people. I'm a very caring person. And I think just having that self-awareness of your goodness, your inherent goodness, is helping you to manifest all of those things which you are, putting your efforts into manifesting right now. Finally, with the Two of Pentacles reversed, I love this Cosmic Tarot version of this card, even upright. I don't know, I just like the way he has his hand on his chest. Feels very soulful to me. But, you've been having some heartache about making changes in your life or allowing certain transitions and changes to happen that, and you have felt uncertain in that process. But with this reversed, I'm getting that you're coming to a place where you're better able to allow change and trust. You're trusting. With the Fool card here as well, you're trusting the outcome. You're trusting that you deserve to have a happy, wonderful, joyful life, and that you do experience joy. You're recognizing that it already exists. And you're opening yourself up to even to an even fuller expression of joy. You're trusting that change is not inherently bad. That change is the only thing that's going to allow your life to improve. Your life can't improve if it stays the same, right? So you're getting more comfortable with change. You're embracing it even. And this is very beautiful. All right, so those of you who chose number 1, that's what I've got for you. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I'm going to go ahead and move on to number 2. Number 2, your card that you chose was a blessing on your health. And we're going to choose, if you didn't watch the intro, I did a little deck review of this Affirmators deck, which I just bought today. I'm excited to use it with you guys. And this first card is, so their deck is divided into the Affirmations cards and then these bonus cards. And the way that I wanted to use it is to draw one of the bonus cards first as a way to help guide the reading, and then pull an affirmation card. So this says, it is time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even then, those trees will hug you back. Trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to your jaded humor. If that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well, I guess you're a robot. So anyway, and this card too, she's out in nature. She's actually, there is a tree in the picture. So I feel like there's a strong message here for those of you who picked this second reading, to really connect with nature, and that nature could be especially good for your health. And when we say health, you know, health is all-encompassing. We're not just talking about physical health. We're talking about spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, interpersonal health. I don't know. But anyway, so I would say embrace being in nature. And then I'm going to pull an affirmation card here and then a few tarot cards as well. Okay. Okay, we get Joyville, no judgment. Let me bring this into better focus here. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? So, you know, getting out into nature is one way of connecting with that joy. And then when you're in nature, it's very easy to practice non-judgment. You know, as you're walking along a hiking trail or just walking, you know, wherever you're at that's in nature, if you see a bird, are you judging the bird? No, but when you're at the grocery store, you judge other people. Just in nature, it feels much more easy to accept. So I can accept that bird being whoever that bird is. You know, I can accept that chipmunk over there, you know, frolicking around, doing whatever chipmunks do. But maybe it's time to take those lessons from nature and apply them more to everyday life. So if I'm not going to judge a flower, you know, I'm not going to judge a flower for being not completely open or too open, or, you know, then why would I judge a human being for not being open enough or for being too open, for instance? If we wouldn't judge nature, then why are we judging other people or ourselves? Because we see in nature that there's nothing that we could call perfection. You know, is one blade of grass more perfect than another blade of grass? But we apply those judgments to ourselves and to other people all the time. So, so yeah, your affirmation is continue to act without judgment. Continue to learn from nature. I'm going to pull some tarot cards here for you as well. People who chose number 2. Okay, we get 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, and Queen of Swords. So I'm getting overall, and this may not be true for all of you, but I'm getting a message for some of you that you're struggling interpersonally right now. I'm not sensing that this is about, you know, romance or anything like that. It's more about just in general how you relate to other people. You seem to be having difficulty with that, and I think that is keeping you from some of your joy. And I think it goes back to what was mentioned before. You know, it's very easy to judge ourselves, and it's very easy to judge other people, but we wouldn't judge, you know, an oak tree and say, why are you an oak tree? You should be a maple tree. We wouldn't judge a tree for not being the right kind of tree, but we judge people all the time for not being the way that we want them to be. And in doing that, we really isolate ourselves. The Queen of Swords is a judgmental card. She's also someone who is in isolation. You know, there's a couple in the background, and here she is alone. You know, she has isolated herself through the act of judging other people. So I'm going to pull another affirmation card here as well, just for fun for you guys. I'm actually going to pull 2 more. Why not? So I get self-love and then no need to do. Self-love says, I openly embrace a feeling of self-love, the PG kind. I love myself because I understand myself. I love myself as the most committed partner I will ever have. I show myself love any way that I can, and when I screw up, I remember to be sweet and gentle with myself. If not, I'm gonna make myself sleep on the couch. Got that, self? Okay. So some of you, if you are single and you're feeling unhappy about that, this is a message to you. Well, it's a message to all of us that we need to really appreciate ourselves. The more we're able to appreciate ourselves and be non-judgmental of ourselves and be fully accepting of ourselves, then the more likely we are to bring in not only the romantic relationships that are going to be best for us, but also the friendships. And we're going to experience better relationships with our family members, even our co-workers, even acquaintances we meet, you know, at the grocery store or wherever. I also get, it's time for you to relax. Girls and guys watching, it says no need to do. Chill out. It says I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I am already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do laundry. Yeah, so trust. Trust also that there's nothing special you need to do in order to be a worthy, lovable human being. You already are a worthy, lovable human being. Some of you watching feel like you need to achieve something, that you have to be a certain way in order to be lovable. That is not the case. Stop judging yourself. Stop judging yourself and stop judging other people if that's something you're doing, because it isn't necessary, you know. And the more we can love and accept ourselves, the more loved and accepted we will be by other people. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for those of you watching number 2. Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to move on to number 3. Okay, so number 3, you chose this card, a blessing to bring clarity. And if you didn't watch the intro, I did a little deck review of this Affirmator's deck. So we're going to pull a bonus card from that. And your bonus card is spontaneity. Okay, do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is yes, so buckle up, Charlie. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after-hours hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you didn't think possible, and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind a karaoke singer's mullet. And then the asterisk, there's a pretty good chance your name is not Charlie, although it might be. If your name is Charlie, let me know. Okay, and then we're going to pull an affirmation. So what I'm getting so far, this is about bringing clarity, and then the guiding card here is about spontaneity. Wonder. These are both from the Affirmators deck. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. So there's a real feeling of needing to be in the moment. And I'm not sure what that has to do with your level of clarity. What's the clarity? I'm going to pull some tarot cards here just to help guide the reading. Okay, so we've got the Devil, the Three of Cups, and the Prince of Cups. So I feel like part of what you're needing clarity on is you've been very attached to something. It could be related to another person or even a third-party situation where there are 3 or more people involved. But emotions are very deep here, almost scorpionic. Some of you watching might be, well, of course some of you are going to be Scorpios, but you might have Scorpio prominent in your chart. But yeah, your emotions sometimes run pretty turbulent, and especially regarding your romantic and other interpersonal relationships. And I feel like you came to this reading maybe looking for better clarity about all of that. So I feel like the answer for you is, instead of getting attached to, you know, my friendships need to look like this, and when we hang out it needs to look like this, and my love life should look this way, and this person, you know, should talk to me or respond to me in a certain way, and if they don't, that's not enough. You're being asked to have more spontaneity, being more open to possibilities of how things could unfold. Your clarity is clouded by all of these expectations for things to be in a certain way. No, so it's sort of like if it's Christmas, you know, some of you don't celebrate Christmas, but I'm just using this as a metaphor. Say if it's Christmas and someone has given you a box, and you know that what's in the box is something that you want pretty well. You know you'll be satisfied by it. Maybe it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's pretty good, and you know you have it. And then someone comes along and they offer you a new box, and they tell you, you know, in this new box, there's $1 million. And whatever's in your original box, it's good, but you know, the $1 million, you could buy what's in the original box plus then some. So that's going to be the better choice. But some of you, despite what you're being offered, the universe is trying to say, hey, there's so much more in store for you than what you're clinging to. It's the same thing. Here you're holding on to this box which has inside of it something that you like, but if you were willing to let go of that, your hands would be free to accept this even greater gift. And you're being asked to allow the universe to do its thing here and provide you with wonderful gifts. And the more you are in a sense of wonder at how those blessings seem to unfold for you, the more of those blessings you'll seem to get. So whereas before maybe you settled for a romantic entanglement that left you feeling very broken and resentful and hurt and used, you're starting to say, okay, if that's the only gift that I think I'm worthy of, maybe I'm going to shift my perspective and say, actually, I'm worth a whole lot more than that, and I'm going to let go of these resentful, worrisome, cruel interactions that I've been having. I'm going to let go of my attachment to that so that I can be open to the greater blessing of true love that the universe has to offer me. And I'm going to be in a state of wonder at all of the beauty that begins to enter my life. And I'm going to be in a state of wonder at how that journey unfolds. And I'm not going to expect it to necessarily unfold in any particular format or with any particular person. Okay, so I'm feeling good about that message. So I hope those of you who chose the third reading are also getting something good out of that. Please let me know in the comments. And also look in the descriptions if you're interested in getting any kind of personal reading from me. And thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day.